Hello guys, welcome back. Welcome back. Oh, I think I'm starting to figure out what is happening. So I think if I try, the thing is, I think if I try to do a share screen, you guys might not be able to see my face. Is that right? You guys cannot see my face right now. But if I do my face, then you guys won't be able to see the screen. This is weird. I think I need to try and see if there's another way for me to do it so that you guys can read the story while still able to see my face. I think you would like that, wouldn't you? Be able to see my face, yeah? I think this is a very weird setup that is happening, because why can't you see my face and the story at the same time? Yeah, it doesn't let me press anything as long as soon as I chose one, the screen or my face, I won't be able to switch. So that must be, so this is on Facebook. So I think, yeah, thanks Celine. That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say I might have to find out another way to do it, because I usually, when I read stories, when I was doing it in December, I read like physical stories. So hi Parker. So it's the first time I ever tried reading off of a screen. But thank you for your suggestion. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you. Sorry for the trouble, guys. Welcome back. Now I'm starting to get to know this weird Facebook setups. There's a lot of weird things about Facebooks that it makes us do. Yeah, it's really weird. Why do they set it up like this? But thank you, it's so weird. Thank you for your suggestion, Celine. I think I'm gonna try and do that next week, because I'm planning on doing another one. I'm planning on doing another one next week. Try and do that every week, yeah? Alright, how's everybody doing this weekend? Everybody did well? Have you had dinner yet? Cyrus just told me he hasn't had dinner. I'm a bit worried about him. He's going to go to bed really late if he still hasn't had breakfast. I haven't had breakfast, but he hasn't had dinner. Alright, today, if you can tell from the book, from the screen share I'm doing, we're reading Paddington Bear. Happy about that? Yeah, it's freezing. I left because my desk is right in front of the window. I left a little bit of the window open, so my hands are actually freezing, but my body's alright. Everybody, please stay warm in Hong Kong, yeah? Heard it's getting close to where we are now, because we're at about 1 degree now. So please stay warm, drink lots of warm water, have your warm water bottle with you. I've been trying to make myself ginger tea to keep myself warm. Because I still try to go for walks in the afternoon, but it's just freezing as soon as the sun sets. Yeah, you played badminton, Hayden. That's nice. Where did you go to play? I thought you were not allowed to book a court. Did you play near where you live? In the clubhouse, maybe? Alright. Shall we get started, everyone? Today we are reading Paddington at the Palace. Just feel free to, write down your comment on the story, what you think about the story. I'll be able to read them simultaneously. Yeah? Alright, so we're reading Paddington at the Palace. Now, one morning, Paddington and Mr. Gruber set out to see the changing of the guard at Buckingham Palace. How many of you have been to Buckingham Palace before? Do you know who lives there? Not all the time, but some of the time. Would you like to go and see Buckingham Palace? Every time there's the changing of the guard, it's pretty crowded. Probably not now with all the COVID preventive measures going on. But yes, Buckingham Palace in London, wonderful. Mr. Gruber took his camera with him, and Paddington took a flag on a stick in case he saw the Queen of England. And they both sat on the front seat of the bus. So that exactly, Hayden, you got it. The Queen of England. And they both sat on the front seat of the bus so that they could see all the places of interest on the way. Eugene, have you ever been to Buckingham Palace since you've arrived? The bus took them most of the way. Then they had to walk through St. James's Park. It was a lovely sunny morning and there were flowers everywhere. I think I might pick some for the Queen, said Paddington. Do you think he'd be able to see the Queen in the first place? I mean, I appreciate it. That's very nice of him, trying to pick some flowers for the Queen. But do you think he'd be able to pass it to the Queen in person? I'm not sure. Yeah, Eugene, you haven't been to Buckingham Palace. Maybe when COVID is easing up, you'll be able to visit soon. Yeah, let's hope so. After this whole lockdown thing we have going on. I'm afraid that's against the law, said Mr. Gruber. This is what is known as a royal park, and all the flowers belong to the Queen anyway. Besides, you will spoil it for others. Mr. Gruber is right. Should we just go around picking flowers? I wonder. I don't think so, yeah? Just to let the flowers do its job by blooming amazingly. If you like, I'll take a picture for your scrapbook instead. Fancy having a front garden as big as this, said Paddington. I wonder if she has to mow the lawn. Sometimes if the grass in the garden is too long, you have to mow it to keep it short and tidy. I don't think the Queen has to mow the lawn herself, though. What do you think? I think she must have a lot of help to help her do that. Mr. Gruber laughed, and then, as they drew near to some large gates, he pointed towards the roof of a building behind them. We're in luck's way, Mr. Brown, he said. There's a flag flying. That means the Queen is at home. On the roof of the palace, there's a flag. If the flag is flying, it means the Queen is at home. Paddington peered through the railings and waved his own flag several times, in case the Queen was watching. I think I saw someone at one of the windows, Mr. Gruber, he called excitedly. Look at this! Look at this! Ah, who do you think this is? Do you think it was the Queen? Who knows? Said Mr. Gruber. What do you think? Do you think this shadow here was the Queen? Or do you think it's someone else? If you think it's someone else, who do you think it would be? Do you think it would be one of the Queen's assistants? Something like that? Or one of her staff? Or maybe her family? Soon afterwards, they heard the sound of a band playing. The music got louder and louder, and there was a lot of shouting and the clump, 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 clump of marching feet. What, Parker? You think it was a thief? I don't think the thief would just stand next to the window for everyone else to see, would he? I was watching The Crown on Netflix just a while ago, and actually, what happened was that there was this person, this man, who just climbed through all the fences and entered the Queen's bedroom, but he didn't want to steal anything. He wanted to talk to the Queen in person about the situation he was in, like he's alive, and everyone was so shocked because he broke into the palace, but luckily he wasn't there to steal anything, and it was just a huge security issue how just a normal person could just climb through the walls and the fences and just enter the queen's bedroom, like the bedroom of the queen, just like that. It was a huge thing at that time. I hope that's not a thief though, Parker. I hope not. But by then, there were so many people, Paddington couldn't see a thing. See, look how crowded it is. And you know how short and tiny Paddington Bear is. And so his view was blocked. Mr. Gruber wondered whether he ought to suggest holding Paddington up to sea. But in the end, he bought him a periscope instead. If we look for the bottom end, he explained, you can see over the top of people's heads. Paddington tried it out, but all he could see were other people's faces. And he didn't think much of some of those. In the end, he tried crawling through the legs of the crowd, but by the time he got to the other side, the band had already passed by. Oh, see, look at him. He was squashed and not able to see the... Look, said a small boy, pointing at Paddington. Look at this boy pointing at Paddington. One of the soldiers has dropped his hat. That's what they call a busby, dear, said his mother. Paddington jumped to his feet. I'm not a busby, he cried. I'm a bear. Gradually, the crowd melted away until there were only a few people left. Oh dear, said Mr. Gruber. It's all over, and I didn't even get a picture of you with one of the guardsmen. And then Paddington said very sadly, I didn't even get to see them. Paddington's not feeling well about it. Just then, a man in a bowler hat said something to a policeman by the gate, and then pointed towards Paddington and Mr. Gruber just as when they were beginning to leave. The policeman beckoned to them. I've instructions to invite you inside so that you can take a proper photograph, he called. You're very honored. They've been invited inside for a photo. Aww, that's... Paddington felt most important as he and Mr. Gruber followed the policeman across the palace parade ground, and the guard came to attention. I think, he said, as he stood to attention while Mr. Gruber took a photograph. This guard is so good he doesn't need changing. Well, but I guess he's good, but he would still get tired, wouldn't he? As they left the palace, Paddington stopped by the gate to wave his flag. Do you think it was the Queen looking out of the window when we first came? He asked. Well, Parker thought it was a thief. It was either the Queen, said Mr. Gruber, or it was someone who likes bears very much, peeking out of the window to see little Paddington Bear. And he took one last picture of Paddington's scrapbook. You must mark the window with a cross when you paste it in, just in case. You will have to, because he's going to put the photo in the scrapbook. So Mr. Gruber is just reminding him to remember to like circle the little shadow over the window when he puts the picture up in his scrapbook. Do you know what a scrapbook is, guys? Eee, look at his scrapbook. Me at the palace. How do you guys feel about the story? Do you know what a scrapbook is? A scrapbook is when you have like a sketchbook and you put in pictures and drawings about your random thoughts or about something in particular. So let's say you can have a scrapbook that is like your inspiration book. It could be your ideas book. It could be a story bank. It could be a recipe book. It could be a memory book. Anything. It could be anything. A scrapbook. I've never finished a whole scrapbook project before, but I did try to make a traveler's scrapbook where I take pictures and then I stick it on, and then I journaled a bit about where I went and how I felt about those places. But I mean, it's just like sometimes when we do journals, it's like that with a lot of pictures and feel like space. Have you ever seen any Paddington Bear toys in real life? Toys, soft dolls, stuff like that. Yeah. Or do you have a Paddington Bear soft toy at home? Eugene, maybe the next time you for a visit, you can go to Paddington Station, take a photo with Paddington Bear. I think they've got a huge, not huge, like human-sized Paddington Bear figure in Paddington Station. It would be amazing, wouldn't it? How have you guys enjoyed the story? Do you like it? Do you want to read another Paddington story next week? Or do you want to read an entirely different story next time? Do tell me what you think. I do have a couple of Paddington stories in my drive. Find other ones. I like Julia Donaldson a lot, so if you want, we can read Gruffalo, but maybe a lot of you might have already read that. If you don't mind, we can read it again. The other day, I went on Book Depository, and I think Mr. Man and Little Miss are releasing some new books. Have you ever heard? I'm not sure if I will be able to find it for you, but I'll try. The other day, because I was deciding if I were to read a Mr. Men book with you today, but I figured like I've already read a lot of Mr. Men books with you in December, so I might want to change. That's why I opted for Paddington Bear. So the other day, what I was seeing was I was on Book Depository. Sorry, guys. I was on Book Depository, and then I saw this. The discover, it says discover the brand new Mr. Men and Little Miss stories. And they've got what have they got? Mr. Men, Mr. Miss Fire Station, Mr. Men, Little Miss Go Green. Oh, I love that. Mr. Men, Little Miss Go Dancing. I'm not sure how many they've got, how many new books they've got in the series. Oh, look at that. And Mr. Men, Little Miss Hospital. I think these are new ones. I would love it. But I probably won't want to buy them now because I'll need to carry them all the way. Oh, Halloween party. These look really, really fun. These new ones look really fun. If you are interested, you can go online and search See if you want to get some of those for yourselves. But yeah, these are all new, Hayden. I'm very excited. I might want to read them someday. Alright, I hope you guys have enjoyed the story. I'm sorry that you guys are not able to see my face, but I have a very big smile on myself right now. Next week I'll try, thank you for Celine's suggestion, I'll try StreamYard, and so you guys will be able to see the screen and my face at the same time, so that we can do a little chit chat in the end, so you don't have to only look at my screen. Yeah, let's do that next week. But I hope that you guys have enjoyed the story, and I will see you next week. I have not decided what time I am going to do it next week. I will try to keep it either Saturday evening or Sunday evening, similar times. We're still in lockdown, so I haven't got a lot of places to go anyways, so I'll be stuck at home. But I think this time, just let me know if this time works for you. I hope it does, because it's like, to me, I feel like it's after dinner time, before bedtime, so you guys might have a little bedtime story. But let me know. Thank you very much for coming in today. I love Paddington Bear, and I will see you guys next week. Sorry for the trouble in the beginning. See you guys. Bye bye.